Hello, welcome back to Literature 01. So today we'll be looking at the origin of the novel around 18th century England. So the origin of the novel in England is a captivating topic that highlights the evolution of literary forms over time because the novel as we know it today didn't emerge until later centuries, and its roots can be traced back to earlier influences. So, this journey through the development of the English novel will explore the early influences, the rise of the novel, and the pioneers who shaped the literary form. But before that, let's quickly look at early influences that laid the foundation of the novel. The early influences that laid the foundation of the novel included the Epic of Gilgamesh, that is an ancient Mesopotamian epic that dated back to 612 BCE and is considered one of the world's oldest surviving works of literature. And its theme of adventure, friendship, and the human condition have captivated readers for centuries to come. So the Epic of Gilgamesh, the epic exploration of friendship, love, and the quest for immortality has continued to resonate within readers today. Then we have the Boccaccio's prose tales that was written in 1350. So these tales contributed to the development of prose fiction. So Boccaccio's stories often featured themes such as love, fortune, and wit, which showcase the power of narrative in order to entertain and educate. Then we have the Don Quixote. That is this foundation was published in 1605 and 1615. So this Spanish novel, the influence can be seen in later English works because the Don Quixote tends to blend reality and fantasy as well as its exploration of the human condition, which has made it a timeless classic form of prose fiction. So the Don Quixote, let me just spell it out for you. That is Don for the Don. Then the Quixote is spelled Quixote. So moving on to the rise of the English novel. Said the English novel began to take shape in 18th century and it was driven by several key factors. So what are the key factors that shaped the English novel in 18th century? We have one, the rise of middle class. He said that the growing wealth and influences of the merchant class created a new audience for literature as literacy rates improved. So this emerging middle class sought entertainment and intellectual stimulation through reading. So the middle class desire for literature reflected their values and experience, which helped shape the English novel. Then we have the growth of newspaper and magazine as another factor that helped in shaping the 18th century English novel. So the publication helped disseminate literary works and also created the um catered to the increasing demand of reading material. So the rise of periodicals, distant text enabled authors to reach a wider audience and also experiment with new forms of writing. Then we have decline of drama as another factor that helped in bringing English novel to life. The decline of drama's popularity as a form of entertainment helped shape the rise of the English novel because the novel's flexibility and versatility allowed it to fill the gap left by drama, offering readers a unique blend of storytelling and social commentary. So the novel's ability to explore complex themes and characters in depth made it an attractive option for readers seeking more substance in their literary pursuits. So for the pioneers that helped in shaping the English novel, we have Daniel Defoe. We have Daniel Defoe in 1660 to 1731. He was the author of the text known as Robinson Crusoe that was written in 1719. Then we have Samuel Richardson, 1689 to 1761, writer of the novel called Pamela, or also known as Virtue Rewarded, that was written around 1740 to 1741. Then lastly, we have Henry Fieldings. Um, it was it came about around that 1707 to 1754, and it contributed significantly to the novel's development, which influenced later authors like Scott and Dickens. So Fielding's novel was known as Tom Jones, that was written in 1749. So this was one of his popular work. So What was the social context of the 18th century England? The social context of the 18th century England, as we have it, has to do with one, urbanization. That has to do with the rapid growth of cities, which created new social dynamics and a concentrated audience that fostered a demand for shared cultural experience and narrative. Then we have rising literacy rates, whereby increased access to education, particularly among the middle class, meant a larger population could read and engage with printed materials, which fueled the literary market. Then, thirdly, we have the expansion of print culture. With the help of technological advancements in printing and distribution, it helped made books and other publications more affordable and widely available, transforming reading from an elite pastime to a widespread activity. Then lastly, we have the role of women who helped in the social context of the 18th century England. The role of women in the sense that women became a significant segment of both the reading public and importantly the writing community, contributing to the novel's development and reflecting diverse perspectives. So this intertwined social development created a fertile environment for the novel's success. So the growing desire for relatable stories coupled with the means to produce and consume them paved the way for the rise of English novel in 18th century. So we've known the origin of the English novel in 18th century. I'll see you in the next lesson. Thank you very much.